Hi YouTube, thank you guys so much for joining my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about FHA 203k loans. But first thing first, is Coyia the owner, and I'm so glad you all are here. Make sure that you like, share, comment, subscribe, and tell me exactly what you think once you get to the end of this video. Let's go ahead and get right into it. First things first, what is an FHA loan? An FHA loan is a government-backed loan that you pretty much can qualify for just with a 580 credit score. A lot of people believe that they have to have the highest credit score, that they have to have an 800 credit score with $20,000, $20 million to put down on a house, and that's just really not the case. With an FHA loan, you only have to have 3.5%, which is perfect, right? So say you have a home that's $100,000 and you don't have $100,000 in your pocket to buy this home, to put down as a down payment for this home. Well, luckily with an FHA loan, you only have to have $3,500 for a $100,000 home. And that's perfect. And I don't know where you're located, but if you don't have any houses that's $100,000, still wherever you're located, you only have to have 3.5% of whatever the home purchase price is to be able to buy this home, which is literally, it's great to me at least. I gave you a brief detail of what FHA is. Another great thing about the FHA loan, outside of the 3.5% that you have to have and just a 580 credit score, is this renovation portion. So for example, say you have a $100,000 home and you have your $3,500 that you're ready to put down on it, but you notice it needs a bit of work, right? So now you're like, I don't know. I think I want to get the paint updated. I think I want to change the countertops. I think I want to change the flooring. I hate the carpet that's inside that house. You want to just do all of this stuff to this home, but you don't have all the money yourself. You're thinking, well, you know what? I'm gonna wait till tax time, or I'm gonna wait till, I don't know, I get in a car wreck and get some money. I don't know how you're gonna be able to pay for it, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to get in a car wreck or anything like that, or wait till tax time. Don't do that. Just get an FHA 203k loan. There's two different types of 203k loans. There's the structural, and then there's cosmetic. So cosmetic is where you don't have to basically add another layer to the house. Only thing you're doing is ripping out the carpet, changing flooring, maybe you're getting updated countertops, maybe you're changing the entire bathroom, you want a new bathtub, you want a stand-up shower instead of a tub, or maybe you're like, I want a new sink, maybe I want new towel in the bathroom. All of these different things you may want cosmetically done to the home to make it more appealing. Or maybe on the outside, you're like, I want to get this whole house painted over. That's where the FHA cosmetic version is going to be used for. It typically has to be below $30,000. So anything higher than $30,000, that's where it's going to come in to be in that FHA structural portion. But typically this portion is just around $30,000. So what ends up happening with it is that it adds $30,000 on top of your loan. However, the benefit of this still similar. You only have to have 3.5% down of that entirety of that loan. And not only are you fixing your home up to look nice, now you're also putting equity into this home. This home that was $100,000, you're now putting $30,000 worth of work, which may make this home end up being worth another $80,000. It may make the home worth another $50,000. The cost of the work that you're getting done to the house may be significantly less than what the whole value is. So say you get the FHA 203k loan and you get approved for $30,000 of fixes that you want to get done to the house. Well, now instead of that home being worth $130,000 or $100,000, that home now may be worth $190,000 or $180,000. So let's go ahead and continue. So now that you have a good understanding of what an FHA 203k loan is, knowing the difference that the FHA is just to be able to buy the home and the 203k is to be able to renovate the home, how exactly do you do it? Well, let me explain that, because it's a bit of a process. It's actually a lot of a process. So this is pretty much kind of why people don't recommend it. And you may hear real estate investors out there that say, no, don't do this. Well, one, the issue with this loan is that you do have to be a primary resident. So you cannot just buy this as an investment property and just get this loan and fix it up and then not live in it. So that is one of the cons. Another con of this is that it is a bit of a longer and tedious process. FHA requirements surrounding this loan is just very kind of nitpicky. Like, it's actually very frustrating. Just to tell you a little bit of experience for me, I got this loan on my duplex. Steps that I had to follow was, I said I wanted an FHA 203k loan and I wanted the duplex. Said I wanted to do about $25,000 roughly of fixes on my duplex. I told them exactly what I wanted to get fixed and that I had to find the contractor that said, hey, I'll fix these items for you. And they had to make it into an itemized statement. So an itemized statement is pretty much line by line, each item of what you want done and fixed into the home and a description of exactly what you're getting fixed. So once I got that from the contractor in the way that the bank needed it to be done, so it has to be in a very specific way. It can't be like written down on paper. It can't be just typed up looking all crazy. It has to look very specific and professional and up to the standards that the bank that's giving you the loan wants it. So, and also the bank is going to do a full entire background check on these contractors to make sure that they're legitimate. And to some people this is frustrating, but to me, I love this aspect, and this is why I say it fast tracks your real estate career. By starting off your real estate career using a FHA 203k loan, you don't have to sit and worry, am I getting scammed by this contractor? Is this contractor doing me wrong? Are they gonna do the work? They're not doing the work. You don't have to really sit and worry about that because the bank is gonna make sure that they're doing the work. The bank's gonna pretty much, they're verifying that this contractor is actually qualified to do the work and that they have a contractual obligation to this bank to get this work done. Actually, it's really to me, but you have a contractual obligation to the bank because the bank is paying the contractor this money, even though I'm paying the money back too, right, in 30 years. The bank's going to be paying the contractor this money in different segments. It's typically 3 withdrawals that they give the contractor. They give it to them when they start, during, while they starting, and then they also give one once it's completed, once they see that everything's completed. So the contractor that you do choose for this, they do have to be a contractor that fully understands how FHA 203k works, and they also have to understand that there will be a delay and sometimes in regards to payment and regards to them working on the home. Which, like I said, this is another reason why people don't like this loan. Especially a lot of contractors really don't like this loan, and I kind of found that out the hard way. A lot of contractors, they like their money up front, right then and there. They are okay with maybe taking payments, but pretty much they want money right before they start, or you know, they want money to just be able to start the project, and they want the money in whatever way they want the money. Well, the bank is going to give it to them how they want to give it to them. Of course, it could be direct deposit or a check, but the bank is going to tell them how much they're paying. They're not just going to give you, if the project is $20,000, the bank may say, okay, well, we're just going to pay you $5,000 to start it off. The bank may not give them $7,000 or $10,000. They're going to tell them how much they will pay them for that first initial starting of the project. And a lot of contractors don't like that because they want their money up front and then get started. But this is not the case. So make sure if you do choose to do the FHA 203k loan that you do ask questions to each contractor to ensure they have actually did an FHA 203k loan before and they are familiar with the process, because you don't want to be walking hand in hand explaining to the contractor exactly what's going to happen. It makes it even more frustrating for you. So don't do that. Just deal with a contractor that already understands the process. And another thing, typically contractors that do FHA 203k loans, they do typically charge a lot more, or not a lot more, but they charge more higher prices than regular contractors. But this is still a good benefit because, like I said, the bank is basically verifying that these people are good people. These are people that you're choosing to send to the bank, but still, you know, it's really hard to get ripped off from a contractor by doing the FHA 203k, because pretty much it's training wheels to real estate, because the bank is working with you hand in hand to see if this is a great contractor for you. So even though your father-in-law been doing real estate for years and years and years, you don't gotta worry about your father-in-law ripping you off if he has a construction company, because the bank is gonna make sure that man's not ripping you off, I promise you. So it may not be your father-in-law, it may be your cousin, uncle, brother, whoever, or sister, or auntie, whatever the case may be. But anyway, the bank is gonna make sure these people are not gonna rip you off, and that's what I love, because in my story, it was crazy, but that's another video. I don't want to make this video way too long. Once you have the items that you want to get fixed and you got the contractor sends you back an itemized statement, and they get done with all of their background processes with the bank, then the contractor gets started on the work. So the contractor gets started on the work, and they go through their 3 withdrawals. It may be more, but I believe mine was 3, but they go through their 3 withdrawal of payment of fixing the home. And then once that's completed and they fix out all the items, and the bank goes back and they'll usually send their appraiser or inspector or whomever to basically ensure that the contractor did everything correctly. And then they'll ask you, are you okay with it? Or did they do everything correctly on your end? And then I personally was like, yeah, they did good, I'm glad. And once they do that, then the bank finishes paying them, and now you got a renovated house. Now you have a completely renovated home, and you can just sit back and kick back, and it wasn't even anything that you had to do as much. But it's a little bit of a process, but because of those requirements, such as having to get background checks on the contractors, as well as not paying the contractors in the time frame that they want to pay the contractors, that's why some people are like, no, this is a horrible loan and things like that. But to me, this is the perfect way to get started with your real estate career. If you use this loan to get started with your real estate career, you're now understanding how to work with contractors yourself, because you're seeing how the bank is working with contractors. You're seeing that the bank is ensuring that the contractor is legitimate by verifying their licenses. You're also seeing that the bank is verifying the contractor's obligations by making them type out an itemized statement. You know, I have dealt with contractors since having my FHA 203k loan, and they did one thing when I told them to do another, but it was actually my fault, because I should have had them written it down exactly what they were doing, and then we should have signed a contract saying this is the work to be done. The bank's gonna make sure that that's how it's done. Another great thing about the FHA 203k loan is that, you know, you have guidance with you on this project. Of course, you're the one that's choosing the contractor, and you're also the one telling the contractor what you want to be done. But you have guidance as far as someone that's also saying, okay, yeah, this work is good to be done on this house, and this contractor is good to work on it. So now you have reassurance that you're not being extra on getting this and that done on the home, because if it is too much, the bank ain't even gonna lend no money on it. If the bank says no, this is no way this can be done, the bank's not even gonna lend no money on it. So, you know, you have reassurance that you're getting a good home and that you're getting a good contractor. So anyway, guys, I hope you all like this video. I will have more videos on this topic. I hope that I went in detail enough. If not, let me know exactly what else you want to know. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and also just make sure you have a great day.